smoothie that was from yesterday, and it's so funny because not about the smoothie. The title of this live. Ooh, child. So when I was thinking about what should the title of the live be, and I know some of you guys probably like, girl, it doesn't matter. Honey, it matters a whole sum. Okay. So I'm thinking about the title, right? And I said, oh my, I'm just being flooded right now with so many memories of my accomplishments, and that's really what you want to focus on, right? And I'm gonna get back to the title, but when you focus on your accomplishments, the more you focus on your accomplishments, the more the thoughts come to you for you to win. Okay, you have to focus on your accomplishments. And I'm just thinking, like last year when I had the goal to be monetized and I became monetized, okay, within I think it was like 2 months, like after I decided, you know what, you're going hard. And I decided and I became monetized. Okay, that's one. And so it's predictable. It's predictable. What I desire is predictable. And it makes me feel so elated. It makes me feel so excited. It makes me feel so happy to know that it's here. It's here. Whatever it is that you want, child, it's here. Okay? All right. And so what I was saying, oh, so the title. Let me just blend this real quick and then come back. 1 second. Now it was blended already, but sometimes the smoothie it tends to be like still like stuck together. So I said I want to make sure I want to make sure it's good like last night. Okay, all right. Okay. All right. So I was thinking about my goals last year. And listen, I'm going to inspire you one way or another. Okay. I am going to inspire you one way or another. All right. Now let me just take a good sip of this good old smoothie right here. Let me tell you something. You're a creator. All right. So you get to create whatever it is that you desire. And I said this yesterday. I'm going to say it again. Your smoothie don't have to be in a mason jar. Okay, with your fancy self. You're a fancy pantsy Nancy. All right, now take a sip of your smoothie. That's just goodness. Just goodness for the soul. You know it's good when you got to close your eyes. It's so good. You know how you want to save it. You don't want to just drink it all at one shot. Okay, let me just put it down. Let me just. Oh, okay. I know people that I know the people. Listen, all right. So last year, let me get the book. Let me get the book because listen, friend. You gonna win. You are going to win, friend. You are going to win, friend. Last year, where's my book? Honey, it's all torn up, but I was eager. I was eager to win. Now, I don't know if Miss Harden is on here. Miss Harden and Tracy. I don't know. Let me see. Let me go through the messages. Okay, all right. They're not on here. All right. I love making strawberry and banana smoothies very easy and tasty. Yes. And then they have this thing at Target. that I had purchased, okay, and it's the Jetsons. You can get it from the supermarket if you're doing like the Target, whatever, okay. Which I don't get caught up in that stuff. I just don't get caught up in it because let me tell you something. If you want change, you have to be the change that you desire to see, okay. And even though you may feel like things are I don't look at things like they unfair. You know, when I was into conscious, right? Like, you know, conscious community and stuff like that, I would tap into all of that other stuff. Okay. But now I'm just about peace. I'm about peace and I'm about knowing who I am. Okay. And I also know that nobody can take anything from you. What God has planned for you, nobody can do anything with it. Okay. Because your name is on it. All right. And if you feel like maybe you losing money or something like that, how you gonna lose from when you was created to win? Oh, Chaptina, you better give it. How are you going to lose, friend, when you was created to win? All right, now come on now. Now last year, all right, I had this book, this handy dandy notebook. Hey, Miss Harden, I just was talking about you. I said I don't know if Miss Harden is on here. Okay, do you guys remember this book that I had last year that I showed you guys? It had a green cover. Okay, and I would show you guys this book about my goals and stuff. I know you guys remember this. Psycho-Cybernetics. I know you guys remember that. Well, anywho, last year, so I stay with a journal. I'm always writing out my goals and everything like that. The first person I got there from was Bob Proctor. He said, write your goals down. What is it that you want? He said, so many people don't write their goals, don't write what it is down that they want. And he said, that's why they never get it, because they don't even write down what they want. In fact, most people don't even know what they want because they so focused on what they have that they settle and they think that's all that they can get. Okay. And so last year, I wrote it down. You know, I said I was going to be monetized, became monetized on YouTube. I said that I was going to start earning money on YouTube. I know, you probably like, yeah, that's monetization. But yeah, you could be monetized and not earning hardly nothing. Okay. And I said that I was going to get a car. All right. Now we go to the dealerships. Okay. We go to the dealerships. And this is things that you want to do in order for you to you have to start off with visualizing. Okay. Visualize what it is. Now I know some people they don't like this, right? Because they be like, oh no, you can't show it, you know, your visualization board or your vision board or whatever, because you know, whatever they may feel. This is my vision board, and this has happened already. It has happened. All right, honey, I got a little creative. Okay, I felt like a big kid doing this. All right, last night. Marriage. Okay, I got up here. All right. June the 1st, 2026. Car. A Honda Accord. 2019. I went to the dealership. All right. Range Rover. I went to the dealership. I went to Land Rover. I felt uncomfortable, but I still went. Okay. I still went. It didn't signify nothing. It didn't signify, the bank account didn't signify anything pertaining to a Range Rover. But honey, I seen the vision. All right. I still went. Now, YouTube. Okay. I said number one YouTuber, right? Doing the whores, the Dollar Tree whores, the shopping whores and stuff. Okay. I wrote it down. All right. You have to see it. Bora Bora. Now, listen, me and my family here already. We done been to Bora Bora already. We been here. Family, number one. Okay. But also you got to have them boundaries. Remember what I said earlier. You have to have boundaries. All right. Eating healthy. Smoothies. And I drew this, okay? Smoothies, organic fruits and vegetables. And I'm still gonna eat meat. All right. It is what it is. Okay. Oh, I didn't put the L. Health is wealth. I'll put it down here. I took some of these, all right, and then savings. I put this here. So one of the things that you have to understand is this, okay? What you want, it wants you. It wants you. But if you don't do anything to get on that frequency as that thing, guess what? You're not going to have it. Because the thing that you want, it is on a certain frequency. And you need to be on that frequency. And the ways to be on that frequency is to visualize. That's one. Because when you visualize, I remember hearing Kevin Trudeau, who was part of the Brotherhood, the elite, right? And one of the things Kevin Trudeau said from Your Wish is Your Command, he said, wealthy people, they still, even though they have so much money and they have, things and stuff, he said, but they still go places and visualize. They still visualize, because they know they can be more, right? And he also said that they go places and they see the thing that they want and they be around that stuff. And the main reason why so many people don't do it, the main reason why so many people don't do it is because you believe you can't have it. Yes, that's why. You believe you can't have it. Some of you guys, you may want a Mercedes Benz, but you will not step foot in Mercedes. You will not step foot in Mercedes. You so concerned on what the people that work for Mercedes, you so concerned about those people and what they think. They work for Mercedes. They don't know you. They don't know you from a milk carton. But you so concerned about what these people think at Mercedes that works there that you won't even go and look at the Mercedes. Take a picture, sit in the Mercedes, touch the Mercedes, turn the radio on. Honey, I was doing all of that in Land Rover. Okay. So much so the guy got upset. He was upset before. He was upset before he even met me. Okay. Turning the radio on. I was recording. He said he didn't want to be on video. I said, you ain't on video, brother. Okay. And I told my daughter, I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to that same exact place, that same exact dealership, Land Rover is in Edison. I said, I'm going to go back there and I'm going to buy my vehicle from there. My Range Rover right from there. Right, I'm gonna buy it right from there. And I hope the guy is still working there. Okay. Because you know what? You need to get so excited about your life that you don't talk yourself out of it. I want you to get so excited about your life. I want you to understand that you can do, have whatever it is that you desire for your heart. I want you to understand it. All right. In the book, The Prosperity Bible, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, one of the things that Wallace Wattles said in the Science of Getting Rich is that people, they ask God for such smallness as if it's going to inconvenience God, as if by you asking for a Honda, you guys know, I said a Honda, but as if you asking for a Honda or a Ferrari, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And then not only that, they two different goals, but it's the same, it takes the same exact energy. And in fact, so many wealthy people that I have listened to, they said it's actually like Myron Golden. He said it takes actually more work when you asking for small stuff, right? Like say for instance, um if you hosting something and your prices are very, very low. He said it takes more work doing that as opposed to making your prices what you deserve. It takes more work. And so to the person that's out there, you out there and you like, oh well, I'ma just go and ask for something small or I'ma just play it safe. Let me tell you something, honey, you ain't getting out alive. In the words of Jim Brown. Okay. You're not getting out alive. And so you might as well play full out. You might as well write your goals down. This book is coming all apart. Okay, but I still reference it. I still reference this book. I have a part in here, and I did this, I think last year. Okay. Let me see. Is one part. Oh, this part right here. This part right here. All right. I was listening to Bob Proctor, and I did this before when I was being coached by being mentored by Bob Proctor. Okay, because this is one of the things he would say you need to do. And I was being mentored by him, and I wrote it. I don't know where that's at though, but I did it again last year, and I wrote down exactly what it is. I got down here. Let me see. Which part is this? Oh, this is my earning part, and then this is also health wise. Okay. Then over here, I have over here. Let me see. People I associate with, only the best of the best. I don't want nobody that's talking about their health 24/7, telling me that the health ain't good. I don't want nobody around me like that. And not for nothing, that's just what it is. I don't want nobody who's complaining about life, because let me tell you something. If you around people that's complaining all day about life, guess what? How you think your life gonna be? If you around someone and all day long, they keep on talking about how things in their lives not working. Like my oldest son, when he comes to my house at times, and he start telling me all this stuff about what's going on, I don't want to. I tell him, all right, that's enough. That's enough. We don't talk. That is enough. I don't want to hear no more of that. Okay, because if I can't bring you up, you ain't bringing me down. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I had to make another smoothie. Yeah, child, that's what I tell him. I say, listen, that's enough. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about that. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to. All right, Miss Harden. Enjoy your day. Yeah, I don't want to hear about that. Mm-mm. No. I gotta get some more almond milk. If all day you talking about how things in your life is, you talking about how your life is and how things in your life ain't. I don't want to hear that. Tell me what you finna do. Tell me how you're gonna change it. I had to take this big piece out. I had to take it out. Ain't nothing but goodness. This tastes so good. I almost forgot how it tasted when I used to do this before. All right. And let me tell you, if you guys don't have this, I don't know. I just don't know, child. is some good. Listen, I'm gonna show you guys this again. If you don't have this is some really good stuff. Okay, the Justin's honey. Oh, this is peanut butter, honey. I was telling you guys this was almond butter, honey. This is peanut butter. This is really good. So good. All right, let's give this a good blend. I may have to put some water in there. Now, normally when I make my smoothies, I love my smoothies with like almond milk. But honey, we're gonna have to do some water today with this. All right. Maybe this way is better. Maybe. It look more fancier. Okay, maybe that way is better. With the water. No, I think the almond milk is better. I like the almond milk better. Okay. All right, I'm gonna pick apart Psycho-Cybernetics. Woo, child, cold. All right, now this is what it says, and then I gotta go. Okay, I gotta do some visualization. Okay, all right, I gotta look up stuff, look up flights and everything like that, honey, because I'm coming to Houston, Texas. All right, I'm coming to Houston. Ooh, jail, going to Houston. I heard Houston got some good restaurants out there. But all right. Why not imagine yourself successful? Realizing that our actions, feelings, and behavior are the result of our own images and beliefs gives us the lever that psychology has always needed for changing personalities. It opens a new psychological door to gaining skill, success, and happiness. Mental pictures offer us an opportunity to practice new traits and attitudes which otherwise we could not do. This is possible because, again, our nervous system cannot tell the difference between an actual experience and one that is vividly imagined. If we picture ourselves performing in a certain manner, it is nearly the same as the actual performance. And that's why it's funny because I picked this part. I actually, seen it. It said, why not imagine success? If your imagination, your subconscious mind, it can't tell fantasy from reality. It can't tell if you are in a happy marriage, right? Or a happy whatever. It can't tell if you are actually earning 100,000 a month. It can't tell it. But if you keep affirming yourself, okay, affirming yourself, and you start changing, you need to change your self-image though. You need to change your self-image. You need to see yourself as that person earning 20,000, 30,000 a month, 100,000 a month. You need to see yourself as that. And some may say, well, how do I see myself as that person? Well, someone that is earning 50,000, where do they shop at? Where is it, and not where do they shop? If you was earning $50,000 a month, where would you shop at? I say Saks Fifth, okay? Saks Fifth. Where would you eat at? What restaurants would you go to? Right? You start, start thinking about these things. What restaurant would I go to? How would I dress? What car would I drive? What type of home would I own? You start thinking about all these things. And when you start thinking about that stuff, that puts you on a certain frequency, because now you getting excited, right? You getting excited. The emotions, right? Energy, emotion, those emotions that you feel is like, oh my goodness, I can do it. And at first you may believe that you can. You may believe, but honey, if you do the work long enough, it'll come a point in time where as though you will say, you'll go back, memory. Remember the faculties, the higher faculties Bob Proctor had taught me was imagination, memory, perception, reasoning, will, intuition. Yeah. And when you go back to your memory, right? Oh, I won. It was many times, right? You using those higher faculties, memory. It was many times where as though I won. Look at your successes. Stop focusing on your failures. If you don't want to accomplish more of your failures, if you don't want to if you don't want more failures, you need to be focusing more on your successes. And some people may say, I never had a success. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Even tying your shoe as a child. And I know you may be like, damn, that's something. Oh, but it's a success. You just lied. See, you just lied. You said you never had a success. And you did have a success. Some people graduated. That was a success, right? Some people, they wanted this job, a certain job, and they got hired. That was a success. So you need to start focusing on your successes. Some people, they wanted to open up a makeup business, right? And they opened it up. Now, you may feel like the numbers ain't doing what the numbers need to do, but that is because you keep on focusing on your. You know what? You know what? Let me read this part, because somebody gonna get it today. So somebody is going to get it today. And I always go back to this part because it's good reference. Okay, so this is Matt speaking, okay, who took over pretty much of psycho-cybernetics. I think the foundation or something. And this is what Matt said. This is for the people that want to win but feel like that they're not winning. And I'm gonna read this. In February 1987, shortly after graduating from college and moving to California, I decided to go into business for myself as a personal fitness trainer, because I had won a national title in college wrestling and had been trained by Olympic champions Dan Gable and Bruce. I figured I had something valuable to teach young athletes, as well as anyone who desired to be more more physically fit. Even as I was embarking on this career, I felt that something was holding me back. There was this inner voice telling me I wasn't good enough, that I couldn't make it. To be honest, first, I had no business experience. Second, I had very little money. So some of you guys, you focusing on it. You can't open a business because you don't have no business experience. But listen to what he said. And third, deep down, I felt like a failure even before I started. Imagine it. I wanted to succeed, but felt like a failure. Some of you guys, you want to succeed, but you feel like a failure. Okay. Why did I feel like a failure? When I think about that question, I record that when I was in high school, my goal was to wrestle for Dan Gable at the University of Iowa. I fulfilled that goal, but I wasn't the number one guy in my weight class. I was almost always number two. I got a lot of matches and tournaments and dual meets and won the majority of them, but I was not in the driver's seat. And so after my sophomore season, I transferred to Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania, where I be on the varsity. During my junior year at Edinburgh, I set a single season win record for the team, 39, and won the NCAA 2 national title. After winning the Division 2 title, I was ranked 7th overall in the country and qualified for the Division 1 tournament. My goals were to not only win the tournament, I already won, but the Division 1 tourney as well. Well, I felt short, way short. I was crushed afterwards, yet fully committed to coming back as a senior and making up for my poor showing. During my senior year, despite having far more skill than ever, okay. Good morning, the journey of my life. Before I fell short again, I took fifth in Division 2 tournament, and did not qualify for the Division 1 meet. There were many reasons I can give now for why I fell short, but at the time I could not put my finger on them. So some of you guys, you can't put your finger on, you like, I'm doing all the right things and I just don't see why it's not working. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. And this gives me clarity. Okay. This gives me clarity as well. Okay. Because I read this a few months ago and I said, oh my goodness, I had an aha moment. Right. All right. And this is the reason for you to study. This is the purpose for you to keep on studying, for you to keep on reading the books, for you to keep on listening to the personal development, because it's not when you read it one time, when you read it the first time, it's going to be many things you're going to miss. But when you keep on reading the books over and over and over and over again, guess what? You will see something in that book that you didn't see before, and that is because you have changed, and the book didn't change, you change, and now you see it in the book. Okay, it's like a direct reflection of you changing, and now you're able to pick up certain things. So that's why you got to keep on reading it over and over and over again. I don't know how many times I read this part. I know I read it more than 5 times. Okay, I keep on rereading it. Now, there were many reasons I can give now for why I fell short, but at the time I couldn't put my finger on them. And when I began my business, I suspected that it was these same reasons that were causing me to worry and feel fearful about the future. As fate would have it, in early May of 1987, when I was nearly out of business due to a lack of clientele, Jack, a successful 57-year-old entrepreneur, signed up for 12 lessons. Whenever he showed up to train, he'll scan to see what books I had in my office. Successful people, one of the things that I know to be absolutely true, they always talk about books. Because one of the things you got to understand is that readers are leaders. Most readers are leaders. All right. So they always talk about books. They always recommend books. Okay. And if you say you want their life, or not their life, but if you want the life that they have, in a sense where as though you want to earn the money, that the type of money they earning, you wanna shop where they shop, you want to have the home, you want to live in a neighborhood where as though it's mainly successful people, you have to do these things. You have to do it. You have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing. Okay. Now, Whenever he showed up to train, he had scanned to see what books I had in my office, which would lead to a lively discussion of what we were reading. During Jack's fifth season, when he was catching a breather between sets, he asked the following life-changing question. Matt, have you ever read Psycho-Cybernetics? No, I replied. Is it good? And this how you know, and this is exactly how I know, if someone really want change in their life, if someone is really committed to changing their lives, because of this right here. Right here. Well, it's sort of like the Bible of self-help. You really need to read it. Over the next 10 minutes, Jack talked to me about success and self-image. He told me that Dr. Moats was a plastic surgeon who figured out that a person cannot raise above how he sees himself. You trying to lose weight, okay? And you going to the gym and you doing all this stuff, but you see a part of you feel like it's not working. That's because you paying attention to your failures. You need to pay attention to your successes. You went to the gym today. Pay attention to your wins. You went to the gym today. You need to see yourself as that person that you desire yourself to be. You need, and discipline plays a major part. It plays a major part. You need to see yourself. Oh, I see myself as being fit. I see myself. What do fit people do? What do people that's fit, what do? They have a healthy self-image. And sometimes people say, oh, it's because of they eat. That's not true. That's not true. And I know sometimes, and I even used to fall into this category. I would say, oh, their metabolism is fast. No, the way they see themselves as being fit. Even you can see somebody eat all types of stuff, right? And they don't gain weight because they self-image is whatever it is, whatever weight size they are, that's their self-image. And so you need to look and start changing your self-image. If you heard all your life that you are fat, whatever, all right, then chances are you going to try diets. If you heard that you was a reject, a failure, whatever, you going to try doing all these different things and it's not going to stick. The reason why it's not going to stick, because a person cannot raise above how he sees himself. If you still have it subconsciously in your mind that you are fat, right? You've been told your whole life you was just a fat whatever. You have that embedded in your subconscious mind. And you do things out of habit. You do things out of habit. You do things because, you know, you was taught this. Probably when you was a kid, whenever things was going wrong or whatever, they would give you food. Right? And maybe they would say like how big you are, but they was the ones who was giving you all the stuff. And then not only did they give you the stuff, but they also created they put a self-image, a vision of who they felt that you were, but that's not really who you were. But they gave you that poison. I always say poison, okay? And up until today, you are in your 40s, your 50s, and you still live by that. And so you need to start changing your self-image. It's not the easiest thing, honey. Let me tell you, okay? It's not the easiest. It's not the hardest. You can do it. You can do it. It's simple, okay? And when I say simple, I don't mean like, oh, it's just like, no, it's simple in a sense where so if you make a decision that you're going to change your life, honey, you can do it. It's doable. You can do it. If it's so many other people that was able to change their lives, okay, and they self-made, honey, you know different. You can do it too. You can, but you got to be committed. You got to be committed. You know, you're gonna be tested. Don't think those tests not gonna come because they sure are. Honey, let me tell you. All right. You want to get more clients and make more money, then you need to expand your self-image before you can have them. Trying to achieve without expanding your self-image doesn't lead to lasting positive change. After Jack's lesson, I got in my car. This is how you know if somebody really wants change or not. Because when you recommend something to them, right, They will go out immediately and go get whatever it is that you talked about. They don't have to say, oh, well, you need to go get that book. When I listen to personal development every day, okay, and I listen to Bob Proctor is like on go every day. And when he recommend a book, he don't say go out. Sometimes he'll say go out and get books, but he'll say the book that I read, and I say, oh, he read that book, and I go get that book. I go get it. I put the book in my cart. All right, like his. Let me see. Bob Proctor's 3 favorite books: As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, and I have that book in the Prosperity Bible. U Square, I have that book on my dresser right now. I forgot who is Bob. Price something. And the third one is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So when he recommended, and there's many other books he recommended, but when he recommended those books, I went and got them. I didn't need nobody to say, Dina, aren't you going to go get the book that Bob Proctor is recommending? Aren't you going to go get the book that Les Brown is recommending? Aren't you going to go get the book that they recommended? No, I don't need nobody to tell me to go get the book. Why I need somebody to tell me to go get it? No, I'm a grown person. I know if I want to be successful, success leaves schools. So nobody has to tell me. I go get it. Simple. You got to go get it. All right? Okay. Now, after Jack's lesson, I got in my car and drove to the nearest bookstore in the Capitol Book Cafe. I pulled a copy of Psycho-Cybernetics from the shelf and drove back to my office to begin reading. In a preface, which appears in its original version in this edition, Dr. Motes wrote, "This book has been designed not merely to be read, but to be experienced. You can acquire information from reading a book, but to experience, you must creatively respond to information." He goes on to advise readers to continue to practice the techniques in a book and reserve judgment for at least 21 days, the amount of time that, in fact, research now confirms it takes to affect change. He cautions readers not to overanalyze the techniques, critique them, or intellectualize about whether they could work. You can only prove them to yourself, he adds, by doing them and judging the results for yourself. Okay, so that's what I did. And soon I began to see exactly why I felt like a failure and how this poor self-image was indeed holding me back in my business. And sure, I felt like a failure because I was reliving my disappointments, my losses, my setbacks, and failures. Each day when I felt badly about myself, it was as if I rubbed my face in manure of bad memories instead of showering my face with clear water memories of what I'd done well. Here's a snapshot of what I would say to myself. Yes, I achieved my goal to wrestle at Iowa and be coached by Dan Gable, but I wasn't a varsity man. I was number 2. Yes, I got a full ride at Edinburgh and won a national title, but I didn't win the Division I national title, and I didn't win a Division II title as a senior. Yes, I set a single season victory mark, but I didn't win all my matches. Even though I achieved something that almost all athletes who take up any sport will never achieve, I thought I was a failure because I didn't win everything. Moreover, I didn't realize that having goals and thinking positively aren't enough. When I said that, when I seen that, I said, what? I said, what? Okay. I didn't realize that having goals and thinking positively aren't enough. No one had ever told me about the self-image. Despite my learning self-hypnosis, which I thought would help psych me up, no one ever taught me to go back into the past and relive my best memories. I was never taught to picture what I wanted, let alone to feel I could have it. And I do have it. I was carrying these feelings of failure in my bones and into my business and everything I did. Once again, I was setting goals for myself. I truly wanted to succeed. At the same time, I doubted whether or not I was good enough to train people. After all, who was I? I wasn't a world champion or an Olympic champion. I was just a one-time national champion. As I developed psycho-cybernetics, I discovered and experienced what I needed to be doing on a daily basis. It was something I had never done before, and this is it. This is it. This is it. I hope you're ready. This is it. This is what he did that he never done before. Yes, he had the goals. Yes, he had positive thinking. You know, I talk about listening to personal development goals. I talk about goals, but he had something he never done before, and this was it. I was to enter this place that Dr. Moats called the theater of the mind. The theater of the mind. I'll close my eyes, then remember and relive my best moments, seeing them play out like a mental movie. My victories, my successes, my happiest times. And let me tell you something, this works like a charm. Let me tell you, when I was going to be monetized, I have in my book, okay, and one of the things I'm gonna say, you need to have a mentor. You need to have a mentor. You need to have you need to have someone that is going to continuously hold you accountable and is going to guide you. All right. So I remember, is this it? Last year, right? February, well, actually 2 years. No, last year. February the 16th, 2024. This is the goals that I had down. Okay. 3 long form videos, 10 to 15 short form videos. I am so happy and grateful I am monetized on all platforms. And this is what I wrote last year. I am so happy and grateful now that I receive Facebook full performance bonus. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have 10,000 YouTube subscribers. Okay, I wrote this last year. And I was focusing right here, right? You see how I wrote, I gained 3,007. This was last year, 3,750 gained. Okay. No, 3,750. That was the count. And then I gained 15 subscribers. But my biggest goal was to become monetized. I became monetized. I wrote this stuff down. I think I started doing in February. I became monetized on YouTube in March. First, I hit, the 3,000 watch hours. Or is it the 1,000 watch hours? I think it's 3,000 watch hours and a 1,000 YouTube subs. Okay. And you become monetized, but it's not like the monetization where so you could put ads on your videos. So I became monetized in March, and then in April I became fully monetized on YouTube. And I was reading this book. I was reading this book wholeheartedly. I was writing down how many times I was reading this book. I was and this was it right here last year, because it said you got to read this book. I think you got to read this chapter 3 times out of the week for 21 days. And I was counting them down. And sometimes I forgot to even cross it off, but I kept on writing it, kept on writing it, kept on writing, kept on reading it, kept on reading it, so it can be embedded in my subconscious mind. And then what happened was this. I became monetized because I kept on picturing when I had goals with Section 8, right? I remember a few years ago, Section 8, they had this program. And the program was, and I think it was pretty much for all participants, anybody that was on Section 8, well, in New Jersey. But I remember they had this thing where though, you have goals, right? You set goals for yourself. And if you set the goals for yourself, they would match how much money your rent was. And I remember I had these goals and I accomplished them. Knocked them out the park. And I had got 10,000 and something dollars from Section 8 from hitting my goals. Okay. And I kept on visualizing it. I kept on visualizing that. I kept thinking about that when I was to be monetized on YouTube. I just kept thinking about that. And in no time, my numbers, it just was increasing. Right? They just kept going up and up and up and up. I was doing live videos like I'm doing now. You have to be very intentful. Okay. I was doing live videos. I was doing smoothies. I don't think I was really doing shopping hauls at that time. No, I maybe was, but I mainly was doing like, live videos on doing smoothies and stuff like that. And in no time, I became monetized. So from February of being like, determined into April being monetized. Okay. And I've been on the platform since 2018 on YouTube. But being consistent, all right, and not taking no shorts, not being lenient on myself, but going and believing in myself. It took 2 months. 2 months. When you are determined to win, let me tell you, you're gonna show up. When you have these goals and you visualize and you see yourself, right now I just see myself. I'm in Saks Fifth right now. Okay, I'm holding up this Louis Vuitton bag. All right, well, with the colors and stuff, this bag is very colorful. You need to be able to close your eyes, or even when you are able to have your eyes open and see the stuff, right? Range Rover parked right outside. All right, 2025, 2024, Range Rover parked outside. You need to be able to see the things. $20,000 in my account right now. You need to see these things. You need to be able to see it. And what you do is you use your past experiences, all the times that you succeeded, and you keep thinking about that. You keep on thinking about that in your mind. Oh, I remember that time I brought those cars. I remember, how did I feel when I brought those cars? Oh, I was excited, I was happy. My family and I was smiling from ear to ear. You feel those emotions. You get so, you on another frequency, because if you was able to do it once, you can do it again. All right. Okay. So with that being said, I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourselves, keep going, keep growing. Until next time. Peace.